Well, Thomas Warrick is a senior fellow at the Atlantic Council. He joins us now from Washington, D.C. to talk more about this. Thanks very much for being with us. So what in your assessment, are the most serious aspects of this indictment?
Well, so the special prosecutor has said that President Trump was entitled under the U.S. Constitution to have his own opinion about whether the election was fair or not. But what he did was to go beyond what the law allowed by encouraging fraud to try to tell the Congress that his electors, not the ones who actually voted for Joe Biden in the Electoral College and were certified by the governors based on the vote totals in those states. And by actually trying to defraud the U.S. government, this is where the prosecutor says President Trump crossed the line.
When you look at what's happening in the U.S. right now, and I know your background as well is in security and diplomacy, in terms of how people see this outside the U.S., what kind of image does it project? Does it show a country where there's a lot of division and a former leader is trying to game the system, or does it show that the rule of law is doing its job here?
Well, other countries have faced similar crises. Italy has been through things like this. Brazil has been through demonstrations by disappointed presidential office seekers. But for the United States, this was something that was a blow to the view of the United States as a country where the rule of law prevails, where democracy has more than a 245-year history. So it was actually something of a blow to many Americans that things came to violence. Many people obviously still support President Trump, but more people voted for his opponent, Joe Biden, who's now the president. And with both men likely to face off against each other in the 2024 election, it's clearly going to be a rematch that the American people will have the chance to decide who will be leading the country again for another 4 years.
When you say it could be the same two people in two candidates in 2024, one of them could be campaigning from a jail cell. What are we to make of that?
Actually, that's not likely, because even if there is a trial before the election, as many people are expecting, there will be an appeals process. It would be customary in a case like that the defendant would remain out. He would not be put in jail right away, even after an initial conviction. The legal process is going to play itself out. I think one thing that has to be understood in countries outside the United States is that, in fact, almost every American has made up his or her opinion about former President Trump. Those who like him, those who don't. And I would imagine relatively few people will change their minds as a result of what happens. And so I think it will clearly be a lengthy period in which the trial and the various legal maneuverings take place, and that ultimately it will be the American voters who will be deciding who their president will be in the election scheduled for November 2024.
Good to talk to you, Thomas Warrick in Washington. Thanks for being with us.